All right,
Okay.
welcome to the Two Girls, One Book Club. That was a little off. That's okay. Neither of us are feeling it, and I'm having a meltdown because we just published our first episode on Spotify, and it's saying that it's not published. Why is yours recording 2 of them again?
See, these are the things that I just don't know, actually.
It's a day.
That eventually we'll figure out. I still have to go back to work after this, so.
Oh my gosh, then we should probably hurry. Because it's.
I mean, I don't have to leave for an hour and a half.
That's true. You live 5 minutes away from work. I live like
away.
15-ish.
Yeah. I like that this is a sticker you see mainly.
Mine's Arrow.
Oh.
R-O.
Okay, well, what does yours say, though?
It says, Bella is alive after all.
Oh, yeah, no, mine just says, did I stutter? From The Office.
So, if you watch this on YouTube, we have our laptops, and both of us have stickers, but mine are all Twilight themed. From Bella is Alive on Etsy. They're amazing. They're a little smutty. They're great. Go check her out because she is great. I found her on TikTok.
Did you?
And I was like, okay, I need all of these stickers. And she's doing enamel pins now, and I'm like, well, I need those too.
Obviously. Too bad her birthday passed. And then mine is just this nice mix of Harry Potter, The Office. I have a hockey one on there. And then I have a couple that are...
all of my stuff is sitting on top.
And I have a couple that are like the Sanderson sisters. One of them, it's her holding like a latte cup, and it says it's pumpkin spice season, witches.
Because I drink coffee.
Well, but I drink pumpkin spice hot chocolate.
That doesn't sound good.
It's freaking delicious, and you'll taste it in the fall.
I prefer my coffee.
Well, you know what? You can suck it up, and we'll just share one.
I'll make you try a sip of coffee.
I've had it before.
But you're not supposed to.
Okay, well, you know what? I had a rebel phase in high school, so...
A rebel?
While you were getting pregnant, I was drinking coffee.
Oh, no. I did both.
This is true.
I also skipped class a lot, so
okay,
I think we mentioned that in
too. Probably.
It probably wasn't the deal. It was.
Probably,
I think so, because we talked about me being pregnant. Oh, no. It was in our trailer episode.
It was in our trailer, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who haven't listened to that, why haven't you? And also, I did have a baby in high school, but that's old news because I'm like 90 years old now, so it doesn't matter.
She's not even 30 yet.
Well, I have a 13-year-old, so I'm 90 years old now.
This is true. Just turned 13.
Yeah,
and I attended his birthday party.
You didn't. Oh, yeah, you did.
Swimming.
Why was I thinking of Jude's? I was like, you weren't there.
No. What was I doing at Jude's? I had something.
I don't know.
Oh, my family was in town.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Spoiled the ending of a Fault Line. Yeah, rude. So rude.
You know what?
That episode comes out before this, and Raven spoiled it for me because they get married at the end. They get engaged.
Okay, so you know what? I thought you were almost done with the book.
I wasn't, and you spoiled it because you're like, there was some sort of inconsistent. Oh, when he's like, has the ring in his pocket, and then he's like, and then it's like him, like, yes. I don't know, it was all weird and backwards.
Oh, right.
Or no, it's like him showing her the ring, and then it's like him pulling it out of his pocket.
Yeah.
So it was like really backwards.
Okay, but there was one that I read recently where he just goes, oh, I don't remember what it's called. I'll find it and I'll tell it to you. Because they also get engaged, and it also felt like a letdown. No, it was Fault Line where he goes, are you interested in getting married?
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm interested. And I'm
like,
what do you mean?
Yeah, that one wasn't great, but I was at Jude's birthday and I freaked out. I was like, no, Raven spoiled the ending of the book.
Well, okay, but you know what? I feel like it's fine because I knew you were going to read it anyway.
Yeah. Now I should have spoiled Wings and Ruin.
You know what? I already discussed this with Elena and all the things that I know were going to happen in this book. And I went, spoil it, Elena. What you're going to tell me I probably already know.
Wait, did she spoil it then?
No, she just goes, oh yeah, you do know a lot. And I was like, I do. And I said, and also I know some stuff that happens in the 5th book.
Okay, wait.
We're not there yet.
I'll cut this out of the podcast for anybody that hasn't read that because we will do an episode on that.
But I did read one last week. A different book.
Of course.
But I had to, okay? It was the third one. Not the third one, the second one. It was Oakley and Ava's Daughter. So I had to read it. Hannah Cohen came out with it, and I had to read it that same day. And
the second one, does their
No,
daughter
so
get
there's-
a second book?
no, so the first book is their son Maddox.
Oh.
And then the second book is their daughter Ava, who's their youngest.
Mm.
And she accidentally gets married
Oh.
to Maddox's best friend Cooper, who was 10 years older than her. While they're in Europe and they get real drunk in Ireland, they get married.
Anyways. We're doing Ready Player One.
Yes, so back to that book.
And this is a special episode because we're doing the book and the movie. And I have a lot of opinions.
We have differing opinions on this, which I think this is probably...
Did you watch the movie or read the book first?
I read the book first. So originally I read the book.
And you
when the
still
movie
liked the movie?
Yeah. When the movie was announced, Brian and I both read the book before the movie came out because we wanted to do it. So then when we read it for book club last month, that was the second time I had read the book. So I did read it before I saw the movie.
Okay, what do you rate the book?
I don't know. I would say probably 4 stars just because there were a couple things in there that I was like, this is hella weird and I don't know why you added it to this book.
Yeah.
You know, there were just a couple things that I was like, I didn't need to read that.
Yeah. No, it was weird.
It was...
I give it a 3.5. The book wasn't bad. I liked the 80s references.
Yeah.
Because I love the 80s. My sister is apparently getting married, and I want to wear tux from the 80s to officiate because she told me I could, and she said it as a joke, but I'm like, I really want to do it now. I'm like, I will go online and get... Sorry, guys. We have to set a timer so my camera doesn't stop recording because it did that with our first episode, and I haven't edited that video yet. So that's going to be fun. Who knows if our first episode will make it to YouTube. Maybe just the audio for that one.
Chaos, so.
Yeah, it really was. Anyways, Ready Player One. If you haven't read it, why have you not? It's been out for 8 million years.
It was good. I liked it. If you're into the 80s, video games, stuff like that.
It doesn't have
really
an
good.
epilogue. It just kind of has like...
You just read the back.
Oh, that's true. Okay. The year 2044, reality is an ugly place. The only time teenage Wade Watts really feels alive is when he's jacked into the virtual utopia known as the Oasis. Jacked? There's no plugins of anything. What does that mean? Jacked. Shredded. Wade's devoted his life to studying the puzzles hidden within the world's digital confines, puzzles that are based on their creator's obsession with the pop culture of decades past and that promise massive power and fortune to whoever can unlock them. But when Wade stumbles upon the first clue, he finds himself beset by players willing to kill to take this ultimate prize. The race is on, and if Wade's going to survive, he'll have to win and confront the real world he's always been so desperate to escape.
Okay, so I don't necessarily feel like that's the best summary, though.
No, there's a lot that happens in here.
So, I guess my summary for the book would be, I mean, his life is real shitty, but they have the Oasis where they go for, at least in the book, school, but it's essentially just virtual reality where they can be...
We literally live in because this book was published in... I don't know if it says on here somewhere.
Probably in the front. But so he lives in like this virtual reality place instead, and they go to school, a lot of people work, they do a whole bunch of different things, but when the creator, or one of the two creators of what they call the Oasis dies, this tournament / challenge contest thing starts. So you have to solve all of these.
2011. So that was
12 years ago.
Yeah, we were living in a way different world back then.
This is true.
So, like, Instagram was just barely a thing.
Yes, if you'll scroll down, you'll see my little 9th grade boyfriend, so that you don't want to look at, but because I've had Instagram since then.
I've had one since the end of 2011.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so then it's all of them, mostly just Wade focuses on him just doing this contest, trying to win.
Yeah.
While playing games and solving riddles, and it's all 80s references.
But, okay, just imagine the world of Wall-E before he goes into space, but with people. That's, like, the situation our world is in.
Right.
When this takes place. So he lives in the stacks, which is trailers stacked on top of each other. And he lives there with his aunt and, like, a gajillion other people, and he sleeps between, like, the washer and dryer or something. His mom is dead. His dad
is
split
dead
and
or
is dead.
something.
I think they split and then he died.
Yeah, I think so.
His mom died of an overdose, didn't she?
I believe so.
Because I know he's like, she was a good mom, but I remember him like mentioning like drugs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he lives with his aunt and her like piece of crap boyfriend, and he hates it, so he like leaves every day and goes and like hides in this car
that he had. It's like a van stacked under all these other cars,
but it had a key in it, so he was able to get into it. And he's got like a little bike in there, and he like pedals it to get the generator or whatever going to like warm it up because it's freezing cold. I guess it's like winter. They never, I don't think they specify.
We just know it's very chilly.
Cold.
Much like Utah in the winter.
Much like Utah right now, and summer starts next week.
Well, I mean, it was like 80 today.
No, it wasn't.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. The high today was like 72.
Okay, well,
it's currently 70 degrees, Raven.
Yeah, that's still 70.
For those of you who are not watching, I am wearing a sweatshirt right now. It says Reese's Pieces, as in Resand from Akatar. But it's freezing today.
Okay.
I just wore a beanie.
Well, Ashley's always cold, though. This is the thing, okay?
It is really
so
dark.
So Ashley shows up in pants and a hoodie, and I'm like in shorts and a shirt. I'm like, this is so nice. She's like, it needs to be 100 degrees.
It does. 85 or better, you guys. We went swimming, and I was like shivering, and Raven's like,
I'm like, I'm gonna tan. This is great.
I'm like a chihuahua. I'm like, where's my sweaters?
When our boss Jessica said she keeps her house at like 62, Ashley was like, what?
My house is at 74, but in my defense, I do not think my thermostat works right.
Probably not.
Because we can turn it to 74 in the winter, and it's like warm enough. I do prefer a 78, but again, I think my thermostat is broken. But also I'm
Yours always cold. I'm always like so hot.
I'm
like,
always wearing a hoodie.
It was before we turned our heater off when it was still like really cold and kind of snowy and rainy. I went to leave to work. I accidentally hit the wall. I didn't realize that because I was trying to not knock Oliver over because he was standing in the way. I didn't realize I bumped our thermostat. I got home. Our house was at 90 degrees.
Ooh, toasty.
I was sweating. It was terrible. And I had to open all the doors and windows. I was like, I gotta fix this before Brian gets home.
Oh, gosh.
But I turned it down and it wouldn't turn off, so I just had to turn the whole heater off. It was terrible, and I did not like it at all that day.
I hate being cold. Anyways, back to the book. The characters in the book compared to the movie, completely different. The whole it wasn't even the same thing, you guys. The consistencies are the names. Okay, if you haven't already read this or watched it, spoilers. But again, this has been out for 8 million years. Okay, you have Wade Watts, H. How do you say Daito and
Shoto?
Yeah, those two. And then there's Artemis, and I think that's it, right? They're the top 5.
Yep, those are the high 5.
Okay, high 5. That was me high-fiving myself. So in the book, towards the end, they are going to Ogg's house to finish finding...
And Ogg is the other creator.
Yeah. Did we even say who the first creator was?
It was Halliday.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Did you say that?
I just said one of the 2 creators.
Anyways.
So it was Halliday and Ogden Morrow, and they had a falling out. So it's Halliday's contest that they're competing in throughout this entire book. But he's dead.
And the falling out is different in the books and the movies?
Yes.
We'll get to that in a minute, because the characters really made me
Ashley's
mad.
just like so pissed. She's going straight to the end. She's like, screw everything else that happened in the book.
No, I'm just explaining the difference between the characters in the book and the movie, and I have to go to the end of the book, because that's when... Because he's never met any of these people in person. They're all online. They're not really like their avatars. They make jokes where they're like, what if Artemis is like a 40-year-old dude living in a basement, you know?
Beard. Beer belly.
Named, what is it? Chuck. I had a situationship with a Chuck. His name was Charles, but he went by Chuck. He was also a ginger. But he was a DJ at the bar.
Okay, well,
I was 19 and he was 26. No, I wasn't old enough to go to the bar.
I don't know, actually.
I've been with Eric since I was 20. I'm 29.
Oh, that's true. It's been quite a while.
Anyways, so Wade meets H in person, and in the movie, it's a dude. H is a dude. And I was like, okay. He meets Artemis in like the very beginning of the movie, like what she looks like in person. And in the book, he doesn't meet her until the very, 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 very end.
Like literally they have one conversation in person, and that's like
the end of the book. In the movie, they kiss. There's a rebellion that doesn't exist. Yes. One of the Daito and Shoto, one of them is literally 11 years old. They are both in their 20s. One is like 19 and the other one's like 20 or 21.
One of them dies in the book.
And not in the movie. And then
the other difference between the book and the movie is in the book, their avatars are more realistic looking.
Right. And
similar to how they are. And then in the movie,
Artemis is like a lizard thing.
Yeah, she's pink. Wade is like blue. H is like a robot thing.
Also, so there's another character. His name is I-Rock, and he's like kind of friends with H. They go to the same school.
Yeah, in the book he is.
Yeah. In the movie, he's working with the bad guys, which I don't remember what they're called.
Nolan Sorrento. Oh.
Well, that guy.
The Sixers.
I was going to say the eggs.
Like, the eggs.
The eggs. That's what they're trying to find, is they're trying to get to an egg or whatever.
Yes.
The Suxers.
The Suxers. So for this competition, you have to...
Did we even mention what the competition was? Did I mention that in reading the book?
Not.
You guys, this is going to be a hot mess. Okay.
So to do this contest, you have to solve these riddles. And you get, the first one is, there's 3 keys and 3 gates. So you get a jade key, and then you have to solve another riddle, get through the jade gate, and then you get the copper key.
I thought it's copper and then jade.
Whatever. Anyway, you solve a riddle, you get a key, you solve another riddle, you get to the gate. And then once you pass through that gate, you have another riddle, don't you? And then you go and find it.
Well, you have to... It's not like you have to get the riddle, but then once you get in there, you have to beat whatever it is. Yeah. So the first one, he has to say the lines to one of Halliday's favorite movies exactly. Yes. Like, and it's for the entire movie, so you're like immersed in the movie. Wade is a freak and has spent the last 5 years just studying Halliday. Mm-hmm. Like he's a freaking college course. You know what I mean? So he knows literally every
one
detail.
of them is you have to defeat this thing in a game. Like they're all just so
that's to
different.
Get the key to get to the gate.
That's to get the copper key.
Yeah.
So there's all these things. Once you get the crystal key and get through the crystal gate, then there's the egg. But in the books, you have the gate, like you have to get the key at the gate. In the movie, it was just getting the keys. They don't actually have like a gate until he gets the crystal key, because then he's trying to put in the movie, he's trying to put them in the lock and the thing's moving and the guy's like, do you want the key or not?
And let me just tell you, when I clicked on Ready Player One to watch it and it starts with the car scene, I was like, wait, did I click on the wrong movie? Because it's supposed to be 80s nostalgia. There is not a Need for Speed type of game in the 80s, like early 80s. Halliday was like obsessed with like the very first video games that came out, and it's a racing game, and King Kong is there, and then you have to apparently drive backwards to beat it.
Yes, all of the, like, to get the keys, it was so different.
The whole movie was different. It was not the same. Only their names and I guess like getting the keys.
Oh, so in the book, Wade devises this whole plan to get taken by the Sixers so he can infiltrate it, get into Nolan Sorrento's thing, do all his stuff.
The craziest of plans.
And then that's when he finds out that they have all of this info on him, and he learns the real name. He finds out Artemis' name is Samantha. He finds out Daito and Shoto's name. He finds out they have nothing on H. All this stuff. And then he, like, does all his magic geek stuff, escapes, and then that's when Ogden Morrow comes in. But in the movie, they have it where they have the rebellion, the resistance, I think is what they call it.
That's Star Wars.
That's what I thought too, but whatever.
It's the rebellion.
Well, that makes me think of Hunger Games.
Okay, well, the back of this book says delightful. The grown-ups. Harry Potter from the Huffington Post. I'm like, first of all, those are just three words. 3 sentences. This is nothing like Harry Potter.
No.
Who wrote that review? Huffington Post. I have a bone to pick with you because how is this like Harry Potter?
I feel it's not. But then in the movie, it's Artemis that gets taken, and then they are trying to like get her out, and she's trying to escape, and all this stuff. Like it was quite.
But
different.
Wade moves because they blew up his house.
Yeah,
his aunt, everybody, the sweet old lady that lived below him, they're all dead.
So
Everyone's
backstory
dead.
to that is Halliday dies. They start this contest. Nothing happens. 5 years later, Wade somehow figures out the clue suddenly, gets the key on his first try. His name was on the scoreboard.
And now everyone's out to
everybody knows. So then Nolan Sorrento offers him to come work with them, help get it, because who he works for, IOI, they want the Oasis so that they can start charging people and doing
Mark Zuckerberg.
all that stuff.
He bought Instagram and it's never been the same.
And Wade doesn't want it. So Nolan Sorrento offers him like a job to work with them. He goes, yeah, I don't want that. So that's why they blow up his trailer with everybody.
Because they think he's in there because that was like the last recorded time that they saw him was going
they
through
don't
an
know
entrance.
he sneaks out the window of the laundry room.
Yeah.
That's where he sleeps.
And not like the main entrance. So they blow up his house thinking that he's in there. They think he's dead. He like creates a new identity and moves so they can't find him. He like moves to...
He moved to
Columbus,
yes,
Cleveland, one of those.
It was Columbus because that's where
it takes
IOI
place
is.
in the movie, and that's not where it takes place. He like takes a bus, and they're like heavily guarded with like
because he moves to Columbus because that's where IOI is headquartered, but that's also where
the Oasis is because that's where Halliday was from.
Yeah,
is Columbus.
So he can plug in there without needing like a remote server or anything.
And he has money from sponsors and stuff, and that's how he was able to move into his own place. And he like blacks out all the doors, and also
he's like so freaking paranoid.
He's also
like
super smart. But in the book, he's like chunky and wears glasses and has like zits, and in the movies, he's like just normal. And so
it's because he gets into shape in the book because he sets up his rig and all that stuff. So
he's like, I can't be fat because then I can't fit into the haptic suit, which is basically like a head to toe thing.
I imagine it as like a water suit.
I don't. I just like think of it as like
an astronaut suit.
No, just like a weird thin material, but then it's got like. Have you ever had like an ECG or an EKG done? They put all these stickers. Okay, I have heart issues. Okay, and I've had like a bajillion. That's not a bajillion of them. That's not a word or a number. Anyways, a majillion of these done, and that's what I picture it. It's like all these wires with like stickers, and so that's how I picture it. But like this weird,
pictured it as like
almost like clear silvery suit.
Yeah, I pictured it as almost looking like a wetsuit where it's like skin tight because then they say it like suctions to you.
Oompa Loompas wear, but in the Johnny Depp version.
No, like what you wear when you're surfing.
I've never been surfing.
Okay, well you know what?
Never been to the ocean. Did you really not know that?
No.
I've never been.
I just feel like
I've never been anywhere.
And now we're going to move to Florida, but you've never been to the ocean. It'll be great. But that's what I pictured it as. So he starts working out because otherwise he's not going to fit into the suit. So he has his whole thing set up where he can't get onto the Oasis until he's worked out for like so many hours. And Brian goes, maybe we need to do that with your Kindle. And I was like, ah! And he goes,
you should have been like, what did you say?
He goes, you need to... He was like, well, if you have a goal to, like, work out, you need something to motivate you. So if we take your books away. And I was like...
Okay, legit, though, I was thinking about that for myself. I'm like, what can I reward myself with? And I was like, new books.
New books.
So, like, physical copies of books.
I know, but Brian's going to be like, where are we going to put them? Like, we'll sell the bed. We'll sleep on the ground.
We could put a bookshelf in here somewhere.
I wouldn't want to put a bookshelf in.
I have like my floating
That's
shelves.
what I want to get. And I want to put some in my room and then I'll just put my books up there.
Yeah, I need to get more. But they also it's not even just him, it's a ton of people in the book. They shave themselves completely bald so that they don't have to, like, wash their hair.
And so it doesn't get stuck in their suits and stuff, because he has his set up into, like, a shower thing.
Yeah.
Where he'll just stand under there and just sprays and all his body hair is removed.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to do anything.
That would be so nice if there was a way to save my actual hair and my eyebrows.
Yeah.
If I could never have to shave my legs again, I'd be like...
do, like, the chest down.
Yes.
And then you're good.
Yes. If I could just
Somebody
stand
invent
there.
that, Mark Zuckerberg, if you're listening. Elon Musk.
And I'm like, somebody...
Gwyneth Paltrow. She would charge us so much for that.
True.
She's gonna... Never mind. I was gonna say something, but never mind. Never mind. But, yeah, so it's just so different in the movie, and so in the movie, or in the book, the movie that they do, oh shoot, what is it? It's like, what chapter do you...
It is, I can see it in my head, I can't remember now, but I know what it is, because it's after they all team up together, so I think it's further along, but he has to do every line...
I'm getting there. Keep going.
Of that movie. I know exactly what movie it is. The Holy Grail.
No, that's the last one. Because he has to do that one, too.
Oh, yes. When he does that one, and he has to do it line for line. I don't know. But I think... I really liked the book, and I liked the movie, but I feel like...
War Games.
That's what it is.
Okay.
War Games.
But in the movie, it's The Shining. I do like that part because Age being so scared.
That was funny. So funny.
But they mention The Shining, and Stephen King hated the movie adaptation of The Shining. Steven Spielberg ruined Ready Player One with his version. And I went on a Twitter rant, and I was like, he needs to go to jail for this. You're like one of the best directors of all time, and you ruined Ready Player One. And I didn't even like this book that much, but I cannot stand...
I could tell by your 3.5 stars.
I cannot stand when movies are based off a book and it's not even the same thing. Like, at all. Speaking of books and movies, though, because we were talking about this at work, If I Stay has a second book called Where She Went, and if you haven't read it, read it. It's from Adam's point of view. It's great. They should have made a movie. And they didn't.
We'll make our own.
And I really do think Chloe Grace Moretz could still do it, because she just is one of those people that doesn't age. No. I really think I wouldn't mind watching her if she was in ACOTAR, but she'd have to be Elaine.
She would have to be.
And and I think she's talented, but I'm just like, I don't see her being able to pick.
You know what? When we do ACOTAR next week, we're going to bring our own fan cast, and we'll talk about who we're going to fan cast. We'll do it for each book. Too. We'll do it for each book, so we'll just do it for ACOTAR. But since they're making this show, we will... We'll do our fan cast.
We already both know who we want for Azriel.
Okay, but Azriel isn't in the first book, so we're only going to do those in the first book.
Oh, that's right. Okay, but we do know who we want.
We do know exactly who we want is Azriel and Cassian. And also, we found some really good ACOTAR memes, so I think we need to bring those next week, too.
Yeah.
For
those of who are watching us on,
who are going to watch on
YouTube,
or you see our TikTok, we'll post them there.
Extra content if you subscribe to Girls One Book Club.
Yes, you'll find us there with
give all of
a lot of our stuff. So I don't know. I liked this book and I liked this movie, but I think that
what do you like about the movie?
I thought it was great.
Why?
I liked the challenges. I liked...
They're so...
Okay, see, this is what I'm saying, though. Is if you think about it as a separate book and a separate movie...
I still didn't like the movie.
Okay, well, you just have bad taste.
Okay, you know what? Fair, because I do love Twilight. They're terrible, but I love them.
Twilight, too,
I just watched them. All of them, and now I want to watch them again. Ellie's like, Mom, can we watch them again? And I was like, say no more.
Absolutely.
Of course.
And we'll be doing Twilight... And all those books at some point later this year as
October.
well. In October.
That's my pick for book club.
For book club, yes.
So.
And we'll also be doing in October. Well, it'll probably end up being in November because it doesn't come out until October 31st. We'll do the Graham Effect. Because that comes out October 31st.
How sad that comes out on Halloween and he hates Halloween.
Duh, that's why it's on that day.
Ah, jeez.
That's why she picked that day. She had to pick it.
Elle, come on.
But it'll be great. I don't know. I liked them both. I thought it was a good movie. I liked the effects. I didn't like, though, I don't know, because I kept getting confused when we were listening to the book about what was supposed to happen, because I had, like, the movie in my head, so I'm like, where is he? Where is he trying to shoot them up as they drive around?
Yeah.
Which was in the movie and not the book.
Yeah.
But I did like in the movie, though, that it's when they go to, like, the video arcade. He goes with Artemis, and they're talking about Kira, who was Ogden Morrow's wife, that
Don't
Halliday
get me
had
started
feelings for.
because it doesn't exist in the book. At the very end is when it's talked about.
Yes.
In the movie, that's like talked about so much
all the time. Yes.
and that's not how it went.
But I liked that they went. That it showed the.
Like flashbacks?
No, not that, but like I guess in the video archive it was a flashback, but he makes a bet, Wade makes a bet with the robot thing. The robot thing loses and gives him a quarter, and that quarter is what kept him alive when everybody else in the Oasis has died. But I did like...
Oh yeah, at the end of the book it goes poof, and they all die. Except for Wade, he gets to come back because he had the special quarter. But he gets it by playing Pac-Man. He has to beat the high score, which is Halliday's score. But he gets it from playing Pac-Man, not being a freaking robot.
Yes.
Didn't they just knock on your door?
No, it's the children.
There are ghosts in here.
I have the Ring doorbell. It would tell me if somebody was here. Nobody is here. So, I don't know. Hopefully our next book and movie adaptation will go better.
It's going to be Twilight.
Yeah.
Because...
It will be.
Yeah, it's going to be Twilight.
It
won't go better. It's not.
Probably not.
So,
but it'll be great.
But, okay, so at the very end, Wade asks Og, like, why they had a falling out. And he says it's because, but Halliday's never mentioned it. But Og is like, it's because he liked Kira.
Yeah,
and she didn't like him
He
back.
was in love with Kira. And Kira ended up marrying Og.
And it's also mentioned in the book that it's believed that Halliday had Asperger's. It's not called that anymore. It's just ASD, autism spectrum disorder. And that's kind of why he was like super awkward with girls.
Yes.
And
which you can see quite a bit more in the movie as they do the flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah. But it's not like the whole premise. In the movie, they mention it so much that's why they're not friends, and that's the password to something in the movie, but it's not in the book. And it's like, I think that's the last key, or gate, something. Or whatever is. It's her Dungeons and Dragons name, whatever it was.
Yeah,
that doesn't exist.
I did like in the movie in the book though, that he gets the key, then Artemis gets the key, and then he tells H a clue, and then H gets the key, and all this. But then everything's like silent for a while, and then all of a sudden, Artemis gets through the gate, and Wade's like, "I've just been screwing around this whole time,
pouting because Artemis doesn't like him back."
Artemis
and
like him.
Okay,
but they don't really team up in the book until closer to the end, whereas in the movie, they team up closer to the beginning. I mean, he and Artemis are working together; they're working out the clues. Then they all get together and they go see The Shining and they do all that stuff.
It's all wrong. That was like one of my issues with the book is Wade is so whiny.
He is
because Artemis was like, I don't want to date you. You don't even know me. He's like, I love you. And she's like, whoa.
Like, we've never even met. You don't know my name.
You don't know what I look like.
Oliver, move your head.
Legit, though, with her being like so like, you don't know what I look like, you don't know what I look like, la 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 la.
Yeah.
It's because she has like a port wine stain birthmark.
Yeah.
I was like legit thinking she was gonna be missing limbs. I thought maybe she didn't.
She had no arms.
That's what I thought. She didn't have arms. She does.
She does. No worries.
But in the movie, she's a ginger.
Yes.
She's like, you can't like me. I'm a ginger. You can't know.
I'll hold you in a minute. Phoenix, goodbye. Right, but I don't know. The thing I liked about both of them, though, that he gets control of the Oasis, and they're told, like, here's the power button, you can shut it all down or whatever. And then Halliday mentions in both the book and the movie
to not make the same mistake.
To not make the same mistake. Like, you need to live life outside of the Oasis.
Okay,
and then the book ends with him telling Samantha, who is Artemis, that he loves her, and then they kiss. But I liked in the movie where, I mean, you see them together on the couch, on the chair, and they're kissing. But he says life is, like, something like life is better outside the Oasis because there's actually, like, that's what's real and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought
the
that
very
was
last
nice.
line is, like, him in the book, he says, because I did read the last sentence.
Yes.
Because I wanted to. It occurred to me then that for the first time and as long as I could remember, I had absolutely no desire to log back into the Oasis.
Yes.
But here's the thing. The world, again, is like Wall-E.
Yes.
But in real life. So I'm like, you know, maybe being like, the world's scary. It's like right now we're all like obsessed with TikTok. We're like, we want to be blind to everything that's happening. Yes. So, I don't know. I'm like, I guess, but like, I don't know. I'm not like a people person, so I'm like, that'd be okay.
All these specific people.
I mean, I wouldn't be like online because I rarely get on social media. Like, I'll post a TikTok and then maybe like 6 months later I'll post another one.
Yes.
But, I don't know. I'm just like, leave me alone with books.
The thing that I did not like about this book was at the end, after Wade and Samantha meet, and he declares his love for her, she never says it back.
That's
so
true.
I just don't know. Does she actually love him? Does she actually have feelings for him? I mean, I would hope so because she kissed him back. But does she love him, and do they end up together?
Well,
I just don't know.
She said, you don't need to sell me on anything. You're my best friend, my favorite person.
Okay, but
I really missed you. You know that? You know what? I resonated.
But you know, is she friend zoning him, or are they going to be together? I just don't know.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Raven is like me and Willie were talking about this. You love love. I love tragedy. Okay?
Which is why I
How
read
do you feel
romance
about Romeo and Juliet. Do you love Romeo and Juliet?
No.
Okay, I hate it too.
No, because it was the freaking stupidest thing. Let's just kill each other. I mean, ourselves. Let's just kill ourselves. And be like, oh no.
They're 13.
Oh no, he has died for real. I shall kill myself. Like,
I thought he's the one that thinks she died.
But you know what I did like? That football romance book that I read that was based on Romeo and Juliet.
Every love story is based on Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, well, you know what? This one was legit it, okay?
Forbidden Love, Twilight. And then they reference that in New Moon because then they separate and she's like screaming constantly.
Well, but see, this one, it was like he is the football quarterback for the other town. The towns hate each other. Her brother is the quarterback for their town.
Oh, yeah, you were
her dad is the coach. They end up meeting at a party. And then, like, a year later, meet again. At this party, she says, my dad's an alcoholic. And he goes, my dad's cheating on my mom. And they're just, like, spilling their secrets. And then a year later, they meet again. And then they start to, like, hang out and fall in love and stuff. But nobody knows. Because his town hates her town hates him. And it's just a lot of drama.
I'm going to make Raven read a sad girl book.
It's on our list. We're going to read
She's going to hate
If He Had Been With Me, right?
Yeah. If He Had Been With Me. I cried so much at the end. Because, like, this isn't a spoiler. Because it tells you. I know, I had it in my cart. Dang. It was that and Icebreaker.
I was going to get Icebreaker.
It tells you in the beginning of the book that he dies. That the main man character dies. So that's not a spoiler. But it kills you at the end when you find out all of the rest of it. I cried so much.
Why do you think I have tissues in my bag?
I didn't. I have them by my bed.
We have some on our bed, yeah.
So I just, because that's usually where I, like, read.
Yes.
I cried so much at the end of Wings and Ruin, too. And I was, like, texting Connor. And I was, like, because he likes to make fun of me for loving Cassian and the Bat Boys. And he's like, what happened to your Bat Boy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, sobbing, just telling him everything that happened, and I was like, I know you don't care, but like, I'm so upset. But yeah, you're gonna have to read that, and then, me and Raven are co-writing 2 books, a vampire book and a hockey romance. And I'm
with plans for another hockey romance.
And I am writing an individual sad girl book.
Yes.
And I'm going to make you read it.
Oh,
you're going
absolutely.
to hate it.
That's okay.
And I'm living for that.
We see each other every day, so I'll just tell you every day. Be like, this is stupid. Actually, I do not like it.
Oh, yeah. I cannot wait. You're going to be like, why would you do that? And I'm going to be like, because I like to torture people.
I know. I have some thoughts for our hockey book, so we'll have to discuss that off camera.
Oh, okay. Me and Raven just got sidetracked. We are going to cut all of that audio out because we were talking about the books we're going to write. But overall thoughts, you liked it.
Overall thoughts, I liked it. I liked the writing. There were a couple of things that I was like, no. The whole dolls thing.
Okay.
No.
Do you want to go into details about that?
So, he is like...
lonely.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Artemis has cut him off. He seems lonely. You can order these blow-up dolls.
I don't even think it's a blow-up doll. It's probably something ridiculously expensive and somewhat realistic. You know, to...
help you get there.
Yeah.
And... then he goes, it's not the real thing. It just makes me
And then
like,
he goes
feel
on this
bad or
thing
whatever,
because Halliday like mentions something about like masturbation, and he's like, I'm just gonna go with what that old dude said.
Yes.
And so it was weird. There's some weird things in
I
there.
forgot about that, and then we were listening to it, and I was like, yeah, okay.
I was surprised with like all the F-bombs.
I know.
Which is not offensive to me, but I was like, whoa.
But I was not ready for it. And then it starts in the beginning, and I
was like, what?
Okay. And then there was like the whole, he did a couple like tangents at the beginning where it was like about religion or how their life purpose for being here.
Yeah,
and like
it gets a little weird sometimes.
Yeah.
But the guy that wrote this was his first ever book. Okay, Enchanting. Willy Wonka meets the Matrix. Who's giving these reviews? I've never seen the Matrix. I've seen bits and pieces when it first came out when I was like a baby.
It is similar to the Matrix, yeah.
How?
Isn't
Where they
that
plug
red
in? Red
pill, blue pill?
Well,
yes.
I don't know what I just said.
Red poo. What you said.
I'm so tired. My brain's not working.
No, but I mean, the Matrix, they like plug in and then they go live in like the virtual reality type thing. So it's similar in that effect.
Is the Matrix at least better?
I mean, I haven't seen it in a while. Brian watched the 4th one a couple weeks ago, which means I kind of watched part of it.
Is Keanu Reeves in it?
Yes.
Okay, then I guess I'll watch it. I could not get through John Wick.
How dare you?
They killed his puppy.
Okay, yeah, but then it gets so good. We saw the new one, and then when we were in Vegas, we went to the Hard Rock Cafe, and we got, those of us who went to Vegas, we got matching John Wick shirts. They had them at the Hard Rock Cafe. It was good. I liked
him. And
him.
his wife.
I know that he just killed everybody else because he's like, no.
He's just murdering everybody.
We'll write a murder mystery, too. I don't know who's going to die, but we'll think of it.
They're not my favorite.
You know what? I'll just write it separately.
Okay, I think we should do a Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It was pretty popular. I read it last summer. I have thoughts.
Okay, we're gonna do it. But
we
first,
have a couple of books that I know that we're gonna like have differing opinions on.
But
I feel
that's okay.
Like Lucky Hit.
Lucky Hit.
I it's coming.
Love that.
That one's coming
so much.
Wait, when are we gonna do that? When did you write that one down?
I don't know.
Did you even put it down?
Absolutely, I did.
Well,
and then I just started listing all of them.
Same with what is it called? Like Iced Out with the nanny.
Oh yes. Okay, we had different opinions on that too.
Of course, you loved it.
Well,
she just loves
parts of it,
and I need them to break up or be enemies or something.
But we're gonna read this one as well, and it's called Book Boyfriend, and it's really short.
I saw that, and I've heard it's not great. I can't wait.
We're going to read it. It was kind of cringy, but
did you already read it?
Yes.
Okay,
that has a pink background and suit. Yes. So, Book Boyfriend is, he hates his job. He's trying to be a sci-fi writer.
And she's like an editor or publisher or something.
Yeah. So, his sister's an editor, and she goes, why don't you write rom-coms? Or like just romance novels. So, he does under like a pen name, and the main girl, she has like a anonymous book blog. So she'll like interview people, but everything's anonymous, so they don't know who she is. They meet in real life. He realizes it's her because his like alter ego, Lexi, as the author, becomes friends with her online. He realizes it's her. She has no idea. And then she gets pissed. So I read that one. Apparently it's like a series of 3. I didn't know. I read that one, but I read the third one. I haven't read the second one, but the third one was interesting because it's, so the first book, it's Alex, and then the second one is his sister Kendra, and then the third one is his brother. But his brother, I don't remember his name now, but his brother, his wife had died, like, when their daughter was 2, and now their daughter's 4, and he needs a nanny. Well, his sister-in-law is 10 years younger than him.
Yes.
Her parents volunteer her to nanny. They end up falling in love.
So weird.
And I'm like, and then they even point it out in their book.
Your dead wife's sister.
And then they even point out in the book, though, it's like, if Lene and I got married and had kids, she would be the aunt and the stepmom. Our kids would be cousins and siblings with my daughter. And I was like, that crosses a line for me.
That's so weird.
It was so
Imagine
weird.
Brian dies. Could you marry one of his brothers?
No. His brother's 16 right now.
He only has one brother?
He only has one brother. He has 2 sisters and a brother. So if he died, no, I cannot marry his brother.
Okay, in like
That'd be
10
too
years.
weird. No, because in 10 years I'll be 35 and sweet little Tyson will be 26.
That's okay.
No. And also, if I were to die, Brian's not going to marry my sister. So,
Well,
no.
I don't think Eric would marry my sister either.
No.
I would definitely not marry Greg. Sorry, Greg.
No. If both Brian and Eric somehow die in a tragic accident, we're just buying a house together in
I
Florida.
was going to say, we can marry each
We'll
other.
still marry each other. And that will be the extent of it.
Yep. For the benefits.
For the benefits.
Well, you're getting a huge life insurance policy.
This is true. And
get
Ashley will be my live-in babysitter
While she marries
while
a
I
hockey
find a
player.
hockey player to marry who has single friends for Ashley.
Yes.
And then we shall all live at a compound with our friends.
No, we were going to have 2 massive houses with a bridge.
With a bridge on this compound where Willie also lives. And all our other friends with the pool in the middle and no fences in our yards is what Willie and I have decided.
Oh.
So we'll just have a giant pool and then we can just walk to each other's houses and we'll have intercom systems in each of the houses and we can just call them.
I have a dog,
Don't touch!
so I might need a fence.
You can have a in the ground fence where it's just real little. Just for the dog, not for
She
people.
can jump really high.
It'll be a 10-foot fence.
They had to put her in with the big dogs at the shelter because she jumped out of the little ones. So
It will be a closed-in dog house.
there we go.
With the dog run
Yes.
that she can't get out
Well,
of.
she's an inside dog, but I'm worried she'd run away.
Okay,
I
we'll
kinda
make her a
like
little.
her.
We'll make her just a tunnel. It'll be like off of the house, and she
Like
can
one
go
of
in
those
it, but it'll just be like
hamster
a
things?
circle. Yes,
But
it'll
we can
just be
see
like
it.
clear
Like a
off
hamster.
of the house, and you just see her running circles,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be all that she gets. It'll be like an igloo for her. She can chill in the igloo and not escape the house.
2, 3.
All right. Well, we've been off topic.
So,
like most
anyways, we'll edit. But okay, so final rating for the book. You say 3.5.
Yeah, still 3.5.
3.5. I say 4. What did you? What do you rate the movie? Like a 1?
A 0.
Not
A
even on the
negative
scale.
1. It was so bad. I had a hard time separating the book from the movie too. Oliver, don't.
I
touch
give
it.
the movie probably a 4, just like the book, just because I really liked the movie. But it can't be 5 stars because it didn't match the book. But if I think about it as like a separate thing, it was good. I really liked it.
I'm the only one that didn't.
You were the only one that didn't.
hated
But
it.
that's okay.
It's a good thing I missed that book club because
You
I
would
was
have just
raging.
been fuming in the corner, and Wayne would have been like, "Ashley, shut up."
Eric was like, Ashley, shut up. Because I was watching in the living room with our kids, and he's in our room, and I kept going in there being like, I know you haven't read the book, but it's all wrong.
But that's okay because we're gonna do Like I Never Said tomorrow, and you like that book way more.
Yes, I did.
And I'm so pumped for this one because this is my top read of the year.
I'd say it's in my top 5.
Yes.
I don't think it's my top right now. I think Mist and Fury is number 1.
I think that's number 2 for me.
Like I Never Said is your number 1.
Yeah.
That's probably like my number 3.
Really?
Yeah. I still give it a high rating. I'll tell you guys in the episode tomorrow what it is.
Okay,
But-
what are your top 5 then for the year?
Okay. Mist and Fury.
Okay.
Akatar.
Okay.
Like I Never Said. Consider Me. And then... Ooh, I probably Wings and Ruin. I know like
You
3
listed
out of
that
5.
twice. Oh no, you didn't. Mist and Fury. Yeah.
No, I did Akatar 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to reread Mist and Fury for my other book club.
Yes.
That's in July. Shit, what day is that? Sometime in July. And then Wings and Ruin is already like highlighted and everything, so I won't have to reread that one.
Perfect.
It's still burned into my brain because it ripped me to shreds. But
Yeah. That's okay.
we'll have to make a TikTok of like our top 5 reads of the year so far.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one. Anyways, we've rambled on for a long time, so thanks for listening. We will see you guys next week. We are recording tomorrow, but it won't be up until the week after this, with Like I Never Said by C.W. Farnsworth.
Who is my favorite author for the year. I've read 10 of her books this year.
Oh my gosh.
I'm addicted.
All right, we'll see
Anyway.
you guys next week.